Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I worked off my PC lately, but it seems to be back now.
Cool. Again, I suggest we do some research and talk to some people without Aiden in present, and we'll maybe can find out a way to deal with this curse. You see, he did miss another finger, which means that he has done this at least once before, and maybe that person knows a way out of this trouble. It can't hurt to look. We know it's out there. We just need to find it. We owe Aiden that much.
Alexander just stays quiet and says, "You can leave now."
He'll leave.
He shuts the door.
I don't know if I should talk to Sephir because he will say something, and
he'll be like, "Oh yeah, that's me too. I have a thing in my chest."
Put it on Google.
Yeah, exactly. He'll make a fucking Reddit account. Like Aiden has.
He'll make a GoFundMe. Save Aiden.
Yeah,
I would not make up a Reddit account. I would, however, share it on Reddit, because
yeah, and you have like a trending Aiden has.
No, sorry, not Reddit, Twitter. Get with the times, guys.
Yeah. You have Aiden has a dead man's finger in his chest and is now cursed. Yeah, and he has T-shirts and everything.
Finger in his chest.com.
Fingerschest.com. I like that.
Don't actually search for that. I have no idea what would come up.
I will.
Bad things.
In his chest.com. It's not taken, guys. It's up for grabs.
Hey, that's our new website. What do you think?
Yeah. It's almost like middle finger effect now. Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'll just return to Aiden and use the last of my spells to heal him up.
Okay. Each one of them healing half what they normally would.
Yeah, I'm just gonna cast this.
Another round of Healing Spirit will do it again.
Yeah, but that's my last level 2 spell slot, so I won't be using that. I want to use.
I'll end up healing back to full during the trip, so we should.
And I mean, considering you can't die, so maybe I shouldn't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, eventually, after 38 times of being killed, the 39th time will do me.
Yeah.
I don't know that in character.
Yeah, you won't die in the same way a troll won't die from non-acid or fire damage. But if you chop it off and make it enough mush out of it, it's dead.
Yeah. So, we continue along the journey?
Yeah, you continue on. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
So you continue to make your way around and make the southern turn.
So I'm gonna ask 100 times during this trip to Alexander, to Aiden, and to Savalas if Aiden is undead.
I will come up with a bunch of different lies and a bunch of different other stories. Everything from he's an alien from stars to he's actually a treant who has been transformed into an elf.
Alexander says The Aiden is actually an undead clone, and you should probably throw him overboard. And then he goes
Oh,
back
and then
to-
I'm gonna go to Savalas and ask him
Hey.
if I should do that.
Yeah. Oh, he's actually an alien, and they don't receive a healing as good as the rest.
You don't have to roll deception on me, Doc. I would have believed you even without that. Also,
Mhm.
Savalas
was
roll.
mine.
But yeah, anyhow,
But I crit.
I believe you too. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And in between, I'm gonna go to Aiden. It's like, so they keep telling me that you're an alien and that you're this, and I should throw you overboard.
Excuse me?
Excuse me?
Like
I
me
mean-
carrying. Like
I mean, We've been friends for a long time, Aiden. But if they tell me I have to throw you overboard,
Do not throw me overboard.
okay.
And secondly, I'm not undead. Thirdly, I'm not an alien. I am an elf.
Why does
Remember
Savalas keep saying that you're an alien then?
He's messing with you. It's a joke. I think.
He was very convincing.
Well, you can be easily convinced of a lot of things.
Hey, you haven't
That's
heard
not
my
true.
argument.
I'm actually very stubborn when I want to be.
Exactly. Look, I'm okay. Don't worry about me.
So I shouldn't throw you overboard?
Don't throw me overboard. And if anyone tries help, not throw me overboard.
If anybody tries to throw me overboard, please help them. Throw me overboard.
I'm halfway turned around as he's like, oh, okay.
Jesus.
help them help.
And yeah, I'm going to continue like that because I'm running out of series, if you're wondering. So that's why I'm starting to sparingly.
Oh, Savlas will tell you stories from the dream.
That'll take a bit of time.
Yeah.
Um,
About 2,000
give
years.
each of you give me a perception roll.
Someone here with a disadvantage. I'm not pointing any fingers on
Well,
who.
when exactly? When? I know.
Well, I'm basically giving you each a roll over the course of the next few days. So it would be during the day.
Yeah, okay, so 10.
Okay. Yes, Avalos, you're oblivious.
Yeah. Taking a nap and telling lies.
Alexander,
Ugh,
you are out on the. Huh?
my nose is bleeding. Sorry.
Oh.
Casey, your power has become too great. You can now inflict real life damage from D&D.
Jesus Christ,
I mean,
save us.
If you die in
I'm
D&D, you
not
die in
gonna-
real life.
I'm
Ugh.
not going to complain.
Holy shit.
You're not tipping your head back, are you?
What kind of prestige class did you take in real life, Casey? I don't
I'm okay.
understand.
Go ahead.
You are out on the decks one morning,
Mhm.
kind of looking out over the dawn at sea, and it's just as you are kind of rounding the coast and turning south, and you have a strange moment. You are awake quite early, but in the kind of moment where dawn is kind of breaking, you see the sun rising in the east, but just for a moment in that dawn light, it also appears that dawn is rising in the south.
What? Are there two suns?
You get that impression for just a few moments, and then the southern glow fades.
Oh, there's a southern glow. Southern glow. By that you mean this way?
It is just as you have turned south, yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Um. Okay.
Okay. Um, a couple of days pass, and Zephyr, you happen to be up on the decks one evening.
Training then.
Okay, while you're training. And as the sun sets, you also have a very odd sensation. But in your case, rather than kind of a golden sunrise glow, um, to the far east, strangely enough, you hear music. And as you
Music.
look out, there is nothing there but water.
Where the
But
hell are we?
hear music. You're in the middle of the ocean.
We're not there, in other words.
You're kind of here at that point.
Okay. I know what this is. I saw this in the movies, an underwater bar. I'm gonna run down to Doc, to Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go. Did you? Oh, I heard the most awesome thing. So while I was training on deck and doing my thingy, and you know how I do my moves right every day.
Mm-hmm.
He trains yoga. While I was yoga with a bit of martial arts. And while I was training, I found the underwater bar.
Where?
It's just east of here. All
I
that.
look towards the east.
It came from the south.
Oh,
The
it came
sound
from
from the
sorry south, and it's all that awesome music, and it's going like doom tick, doom tick, tick, doom tick. You see?
No.
But it's so good. You need to listen, man. Just listen.
I say okay. Just go back down, and I start moving my way down. Then I get on the deck, and I start listening. Do I hear anything?
Give me perception.
18.
You don't hear anything.
No, I don't
So-
hear anything.
As a kid,
Zephyr, at this point, you're not hearing it anymore either.
I'll come up. And it's like so. As you can hear, what? It's gone.
Okay.
But I swear on my.
I saw a golden glow as well. It's probably. It's probably coming from the south, the southern island, the magic island.
A golden glow and music.
Mm-hmm.
So a golden glow music. A golden glow music. I have nothing.
I'm going back, and I go back to
I'm gonna be like,
Okay.
I'll keep you updated, Alexander. I'll keep you updated. I'm gonna continue my yoga.
just text me. And then I put my phone on silent.
After 1 second, you hear you get sent a WAV file. It was something like this with me going.
Thankfully, my dad's slab is on silent.
The others of you do not hear or see anything out of the ordinary.
Probably within the day, I tell Aiden and not Aiden actually. Alexander is going to be not being around Aiden at all, and Aiden knows why. But he will tell Savilis though about it.
About the golden glow.
Yeah.
But,
And then he tells you that it's probably the southern island, because that's where it was coming from in the first place, the golden missile.
What does Savlas remember about that island from the first stage?
What you remember from the first stage? Roll me history.
Be right back.
It was after all just a cat. Maybe not common knowledge. Oh shit! I have no history. That's interesting. Hey, I have great history.
This is why I have the tablet, if you're wondering. This is why I abuse the 5 knowledge mechanic and change it up all the time.
All right, give me 1 second. All right. This is not in roll 20, but I will put it on the screen share. This is what you know of that place from the first stage.
You don't have a screen share. What are you talking about?
I'm not sure. Oh, whenever it restarted, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
This is what you know of that place from the first stage.
Darkness.
It was known as the Plague Land.
Oh shit!
Hello, Darkness. Why haven't you launched that map on the thingy yet, Casey? It looks really good, that map.
That map is the map that is in game now.
In roll 20, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Did I
Have
really
you not
look at
looked
it?
at roll 20?
Yeah, I have, but I didn't know. Oh man, that's really good.
Yeah.
So I actually didn't notice it. How does it launch well with Roll20? Did it launch well?
Well, obviously it launched well enough that you didn't notice there was a change.
Yeah, I didn't even notice it was changed. Wow, that's actually quite impressive.
What do I know of the Plague Lands?
The Plague Lands were a place that was decimated by a magical war, and that were basically were said to draw the life from anyone who went anywhere near them.
But we know now for a fact that there's a lot of people there.
Well, you don't know for a fact. You know that there's apparently a kingdom there, which is magically oriented, which is xenophobic to outsiders. You don't know how many people are there, but there are enough there to be a kingdom.
Okay. Do we know, like real time now? Do we know what species? Like have they at some point met with outside travelers, or is it?
The only reports that have been mentioned of them were a encounter with a what is assumed to be a guard of the place, which is the only encounter that anyone has returned from. And he was described as a human in ancient shining armor riding an armored Pegasus.
That's cool. In that case, he will go tell Aiden. It seems from the descriptions of Alexander and Zephyr that the old plague lands have been given new life. It's apparently golden now instead of dead.
Well, we're passing by.
Yeah. Just a thought. Maybe it's hidden in the same way that food was hidden on that table. Just a thought.
Welcome back.
Maybe sunshine until you step foot there and it's darkness. Considering the place was very well dead before. Seems whatever happened, magic brought back. The magic that was brought back doesn't seem like it at all.
I'm unaware, but we should arrive not too far away from there, so...
Yeah. Maybe we should skim across just a little bit closer than necessary when we get to Palad. Towards
Well, we
Palad.
are trying to avoid copper.
Yeah, we are.
No, that's not. I'm not the one piloting the ship, though.
Nope.
You could tell him.
Can he? Because Alexander's not talking to him.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, Savalis can tell him.
Yo, shit! There's on the like lookouts nest. There's like a new sign on the door, like no undeads allowed.
Ship's policy: no undead allowed.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll go talk to the captain.
Okay.
I don't even think I've introduced myself to him. How rude of me.
Most of you have not.
I have.
Yeah, all of
You
them
have,
did.
yes.
Oh, all of them did.
I have not introduced myself to any captain.
When you guys were getting on the
I
ship?
I didn't even know that we had a captain. I thought it was magical.
No, you guys did on the docks where the elf
Oh,
stood.
You have a crew
Oh, was
on
that?
this
Oh,
ship.
was that him? Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm introduced myself then.
And then you got a tour. Yeah.
Did any of you actually catch his name?
No.
I'm just very much in character, so
You see
I
if
don't know his name because of that.
is on my sheet. Wait a second. If it'll load.
Yeah, I didn't care enough.
I was like, NPC who drives the boat? Alright. But Casey, I'll go talk to him real quick.
Okay. You head into the captain.
Yeah. Basically the steering wheel.
He actually is stood looking out over the horizon. He actually does have someone. There's someone else actually at the wheel, but the captain is at the side of it, kind of observing. And he actually kind of looks up as you enter, but as is very often the case, you kind of see the expression of "oh, cat," right? And you get the impression that he's probably not realized that you're more than the wizard's familiar.
I can play that with my advantage. I'm just gonna put myself between him and, like, if he's here, I'll be here, and if the guy at the steering wheel is here, so I kind of in between. I'm just gonna go, hey, listen.
They both kind of jump and look down, and the guy at the wheel, the younger guy at the wheel, kind of looks at the camera and goes, "Did that cat just speak?"
Meow.
And the captain kind of looks a bit nervous and kind of clears his throat and he says, the elven wizard. It must be something he does."
Actually, yes. You see, Aiden told me to give you a message, and that is, we are to avoid copper, so maybe going a bit more west of it than originally intended would be beneficial for everyone. That's all. Bye-bye. Give me food sometime. I like that.
The elf wants us to steer into the magic kingdom. That's it's not good, but
Kind of just right. Well, not too close, of course. Just closer to that, and then, like, if there's a line, maybe more to the west than to the east. And the food part was about me, not Aiden. All right, bye-bye.
I can't
and you
find
can see that
his name. I can't find it.
right. No one asked it here anyways. So.
Yeah.
You guys are rude. Rude.
Hey, I'm a cat. What do you want from me? He didn't ask my name, so.
I'm a blue
And I
lightning.
didn't tell you to do that, you piece of shit. Just blaming it on me.
Yeah, of course I am. Why would he think that the cat would do so? Obviously, I'm just an enchanted cat. That's all I am.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so you continue on. Is anyone doing anything during this journey?
Nah. Training, annoying everybody. That's my goal.
How long of a trip is it?
You're looking at probably going to be around 2 weeks.
Is it possible to write a spell scroll in that time?
I would think so. I'd have to look up the exact timetables as per the DMG, but I would be pretty sure you could. Basically, there's a way of working out how much GP per day progress you make, and compare that to the rarity of the scroll.
If
I don't know it offhand. But...
Yeah, well, I'll just deal with it later. I won't worry about it now.
All right. Anyone else doing anything else?
I am entertaining the thought of going to Elfhome in the dream and see if I can not rat him out, but maybe just ask around if someone has ever been cursed by this guy.
Alexander will try fishing. He will sleep a lot, and when he's not keeping an eye out, and he will basically, yeah, that's it. Sleep, keep an eye out, and fish.
You guys know what it means when Casey asked the question if any of you want to do anything else. It just means that we're going into deep shit and we're never going to get out.
I mean, I don't know. That depends entirely. I don't want to... I think I've taken up too much time already. So
I just looked it up.
Anymore.
It's basically like creating a comment, which is 0 to first level is 100 gold.
Okay.
And 8 hours per segment.
There you go.
I'll just find the link for you. See if I can... But that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying for later. Savlas is planning to visit Elfhome in dreams, but he's not gonna do that yet.
Do you put the ring back on, by the way?
No. No, I don't even acknowledge its presence.
Where's that ring? What ring? I don't know what to talk about. Shut up.
He can't, as far as I understand, he can't read my thoughts, so using that to my advantage, I'll just forget about the ring for now.
Okay. Each of you roll me 2 more perception checks.
Everybody or?
Each of you.
Disadvantage.
Shit.
Actually, you know what, Casey? Can I send my arcane eye out? Or would that also impose disadvantage? I'll just click it so you can see.
Yeah, because you'd still be looking at it's more discerning in the brightness, and it's still going to
Fair enough. Okay. There's a 2.
Okay, so okay, so compare that to those.
I don't like that crit. Alright, guys, we're gonna face the Kraken. Enjoy.
No, a horde of flying Pegasus. Pegasi?
We're not that close.
Pegasusus.
It's Pegasi.
Pegasi.
Actually, wait, is it Pegasus? Just as a...
I don't, maybe Pegasus is plural. One Pegasus,
like,
several Pegasus.
Like fish.
Yeah, exactly. One fish, many fish. Fish. One of life's eternal questions. And I'm just gonna guess it's
Actually,
not in
it's
the
a question
dictionary.
with a question with a very straightforward and verifiable.
No, one of
searchable-
life's great mystery. No, it's like Cthulhu. No one really knows. No, don't look it up. Don't ruin the magic.
Right, give me just a second here. I'm just researching something.
No, we won't die just because you ask us.
Okay, so I'm gonna... Casey,
Mhm.
I'm gonna, I guess, link you this scribing a spell scroll from Xanathar's.
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah, fine.
All right. This is just from the text rip. That's all. Without all the shit.
Okay.
And there's a complications list as well. Although I think most of them are fairly weird. I don't think a thief can break onto our boat.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, a very dedicated thief with water walking. He's like, well,
I'll get them eventually.
they'll never expect it.
Just hear a little tapping for 18 hours.
All right. So. Okay, let me look up this thing real quick. So, what is it you're trying to make a scroll of?
That would be a 3rd level spell. Dispel magic.
All right. Print screen is not wanting to load. Give me just a second. There it is. So it's a 3rd level spell, so it's going to take you a week to do. Okay, now what I'm going to do, just so that you don't immediately have an idea what's going on, I'm going to roll in secret a modifier. And then I want you to roll a d6, but I'm going to offset it by my modifier.
Okay.
To see what the complications turn out to be.
2.
Okay. That might come into play later.
I mean, we're far away
but
from Loch Ness Monster, so.
a week passes, however, and you manage to create your scroll.
Alright, it's 3rd level scroll of Dispel Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Write that down.
Absolutely no side effects.
Why would there be side effects?
See, I've been playing your game for 5 years. That should be an answer enough for you. Take it by experience.
After a week, you are about there.
Oh, we're so damn close to the ley line.
And as you're here, Savalas,
Mm-hmm.
you are up on deck early one morning. Whether it's because you couldn't sleep or because you slept on deck and happened to wake up here.
Oh yeah, he's
Uh,
actually been asleep for 12 hours, and this is
Yeah.
just.
And he just woke up at like 5 a.m. You notice a number of things on this morning. As you awaken and as dawn is stirring, the first thing you notice is that even before the sun rises in the east, you have about just a blink, just a few seconds, where it almost seems that there is a blinding glow from the south. And along with it, you feel a warm breeze across your face. Although there's been very little wind over the last couple of days. As this is happening, and you kind of are a little bit taken aback, you look towards the east, and you swear you see a glint of some kind of a glowing light in that direction as well, coming from somewhere this way.
Okay. In the same manner that it's just temporary, or.
Well, no, the glow from the east was like literally the sky lit up with bright gold for a moment.
Yeah.
And then kind of as you look away from that, you see, and it's almost that glow that you would get like if someone had a little mirror and was just waving it, and you're just getting that kind of just flash of a small, like a handheld light, but in a strange kind of unnatural color. It's like normally that would be kind of just like white light, but this is flickering like a deep red color, and
Okay.
it seems to be coming from somewhere in this direction.
And it's constant.
You see flash, flash,
And-
flash, flash, flash,
Yeah.
flash, flash, done.
I mean, I do know about like lighthouses and that they sometimes communicate. That seems like a bit of an overkill.
Yeah, this for one does not seem nearly as big or as bright as a lighthouse,
Mhm.
and it does not seem as regular as a lighthouse.
Can I use two level 3 spell slots to cast daylight? Like on?
Well, I mean,
Stop.
it's dawn, so okay, you're
Down. Oh. And back. Like basically imitate a short sequence of that.
and you kind of watch, and you get another sequence of flashes. This time in a blue-colored light. Flash, 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 flash.
I don't think I can change color of daylight. Right?
Are
No,
we
it's
not
just
seeing
some-
any of this?
I
don't
mean,
know, where are
everyone's
you?
asleep.
I would be up at dawn.
Give me a perception check. Just you didn't notice it initially, but to see if you noticed.
I mean, now there's a
Oh yeah,
cat.
you certainly notice the cat casting daylight
Yeah.
spells on
Yeah,
deck.
basically
Okay.
he casts on himself. He's up like on the thing, and there's just a cat just shining daylight, and then
I look at him and I go, "What are you
Ah.
doing?" And then I notice the blue light, and I'm like,
Oh.
"What the fuck is that?"
Oh yes, I'm
Would I
communicating
know?
with whatever's over there. I think we're
Question:
friendly.
Do I know Morse code? Because I would. I mean, is that
You would know Morse code, yes.
Is he saying anything in Morse code? The flashes?
What languages do you know?
Common, Draconic, Celestial, and High Show.
It does not match any Morse code in any language that you know.
Is it cat?
It's not cat.
I'm out. Yeah, that's all I have.
Is it
That's
Elven or Sylvan?
Are you up there?
I would after
Oh, actually, I have a language translator of Elven.
I can only do this 3 times, so after that I'm like, I'm just gonna go and tell Zephyr and Aiden like, oh, there seems to be a blinking light. I tried to talk to it, and now it's blinking back at us. Thought you should know. Going back
Okay,
to
so
sleep.
I take
Taking
out my computer, and I'm
Mhm.
gonna look this up. Basically, like Morse code, language translation, and try and find like what did he say just now. Probably take a couple minutes.
Roll me investigation.
Okay. With advantage because of the tablet.
Yeah, because of your tablet, yeah.
20.
As you're trying to look up information about kind of Morse codes and things of that nature, you actually stumble upon something that you were not actually looking for, but that does turn out to be relevant.
Hmm.
You actually end up clicking through and clicking a time too many and going to a site you didn't intend to, where you actually find an article about what is a story about the ghosts of Soul Ridge, which actually is a tabloid type, usually very untrustworthy news site
Mm-hmm.
that happens to be describing basically exactly what you're seeing. Flashing lights in various colors and indecipherable patterns coming from that area.
Interesting.
From a set of ruins north
Are there
of
any
Coffee.
comments of like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly what they're saying," or something like that? Or
I'm sure there's several
trying to
tinfoil
speak
heads.
in this.
Yeah, like, oh, that's just the government who's using the blinking lights to reprogram your mind into
Yeah, I get that.
obeying its laws.
But I wanna basically search their guesses, like that it might be this, it might be this, it might be that. You know?
There are various stories, as you can imagine, there always will be. That it's spies that are holding up in the place and using it to send secret messages to ships. But there are also a huge number of ghost stories tied to it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically saying that it is the spirits of the dead trying to reach out and speak to people. That it was a site of some kind of bizarre magical rituals in the past, and that the spirits of those that were sacrificed are there trying to lure others in to be sacrificed as well. Lots of kind of ghost stories around this place. Lots of them revolving around the fact that it used to be something quite untowards.
And where are we right now?
You are where the ship is on the main map.
And it's this place?
It's that way.
Okay. I will get on top of the building, and then I will use my own bright light thing. And I will try to begin to communicate in all of the languages I know in Morse code.
Okay.
I will say, hello, what is your problem? In pretty much every single thing. Like, you know, in Morse code, like,
No,
what is your
what's your
problem?
problem? What's your problem?
what's going on?
Hey,
do
step
you
up,
need?
bitch.
Like that, like the sailor talk of like, you know, when they put up flags, like, you know,
Is
as a
everything
Russian.
well?
Yeah,
Are
is
you
everything
safe? Yeah.
Exactly, that kind of thing.
Okay. Give me a... Actually, just make it a persuasion roll. It's not exactly the right thing, but let's just go
Are
with
they
that.
good?
You don't know.
Okay, well, I'm going to roll it again. And just in case, well, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Never mind. 25.
Yeah, doesn't matter anyway. Okay. You start sending messages in various patterns, and you start noticing multiple replies.
Oh.
A red light flashes in a pattern, but you can't make out anything from the pattern. And then a blue light, and then a yellow light, and then a green light, and various different colors, all coming from very close to the same place, but maybe not exactly the same, flashing in different patterns, but none of them would line up with any of the languages that you know.
Okay. Now that I've seen like all of them, I have to like be able to search and find out what Morse code this is, right?
At this time, I would have told Zephyr about this.
Unless it's a dead Morse code.
Yeah.
In
At this
which
time,
case, well, fuck.
I think Aiden and Zephyr would know about this, and
yeah. By this time,
I would have filled them in. Yeah.
Everybody pretty much knows about it.
The crew's talking about it at this point.
Yeah.
I'm
Right,
basically asking, like, does anybody know
cats
Morse
kind of-
code? That kind of thing.
And I would have said it responded to us shining light back at it if it was wrong.
Yeah,
And-
I mean, I point out that there were like 5 different other colors. Most likely 5 other different people doing the same thing.
Oh, and there was a bright shining light from the south too, which kind of triggered all of this.
Give me one moment. I begin using ley line detection, and I'm going to be watching those. I assume the closest one to me will be this one here. And basically, is it doing anything? Like, is anything traveling along it? Is that possible to see? Like flashes of energy or...
So that's the ley line that you are detecting.
Yeah.
And give me a perception, because you are still almost 200 miles off of it. So,
understandable.
It's right next to the ley line.
Yeah.
That's where I saw them. Yeah, I tell you. That's exactly where I saw them.
Out of character, there was a big blinding light after there were a ritual in the ruins, in the shadow ruins, in the sky too. I'm not saying they're related.
Is this disadvantage or what?
It will be disadvantage, yes.
14.
I'm just saying they might be related.
You aren't able to make out anything too sure, but one thing that you do know is energy normally travels kind of in a wave along the line,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of stretches out a little bit to each side. But what you start to notice is with this line, as you start to have it, kind of starts.
Aiden just looks in surprise, and this is a similar situation of when royal energy was being forced downward to whatever.
It's like it's like the line is being almost pulled off course, like well, Aonin wouldn't know, but like what a magnet would do if it was
right.
affecting things.
What is
relay
that over there? On the, I mean,
Uh,
what would be there on the map?
that
Nearest
is
to the land.
that is a site of an ancient ruin, which is the kind of center of where a lot of people say the ghost stories come from. That sometime in the past there were strange, arcane sacrifices that happened in these ruins that have driven the spirits mad and caused them to try to cry out for help in the only way that they can, by shining these lights out to sea.
Can I the ancient ruin? What would be the language that they would speak then? Dwarven?
Give me history. Give me history.
And I'm asking this question to them as well, just so they can help.
Okay.
Where is history?
I have advantage on this, and I'm helping out. And I have
I'm not
Wi-Fi.
seeing history.
I'm assuming I don't have access to Wi-Fi. I'll take Casey.
No, not on the ship. No.
I do have access to Wi-Fi through the spell, but that still won't be accessible here, I believe.
23.
Or would it?
I do.
The spell would allow you to have it. Yes.
Yes, I do have the spell, so I'm going to use that then, and then do history.
Okay.
That
So.
means... Okay, never mind.
Yeah. So all of you are able to come up with various aspects of this, but what you are able to determine is that in the First Age, this was the location of a place that was known as the Citadel of Soul Harvest.
That's not a good name. I mean, it's a good name, but it's not bad. Like bad.
It was known far and wide as a place that revered death, and actually people from all over the world brought loved ones here to inter them in the Citadel, and so that they would be respected and cared for in their afterlife. It was it was actually a trek that
it's basically like a tomb city or something.
yes.
Wow.
The monks that cared for the Citadel had taken a vow to defend and to preserve the memories of those who were interred within, and to honor them and cherish them. So it was a place that, if you truly loved someone, you would have people that would make treks of hundreds and hundreds of miles when they died to bring them here.
In that case, what language would they speak?
People were said to have been brought here from every land in the world.
Oh.
SOS is a fairly universal thing. You know, it's just dots.
They also could be will-o-wisps, like they're actually saying online. Ghosts trying to bring people to their doom, which is what will-o-wisps do.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
I mean, it's not really our job.
I would like to know why the ley line is being affected, though.
It's probably something in the ruins.
Yeah.
Probably, maybe something that is also trapping all of the spirits.
Powerful place with a lot of magic.
And potentially magic items. It is the ancient home of a bunch of dead loved ones, which would include
Ooh,
adventurers.
Wait. In that case, I bring Savalis over and I whisper to him, maybe we can try and find a cure for Aiden's curse there.
It kind of whispers back. And I mean, we do love Aiden, so we could just put his soul there. I'm just kidding, but that would be an option.
Hey, what are you two whispering about over there?
Oh,
No,
nothing.
it's
We
fine.
like the sky and water, and this ship is great.
Hmm.
Do you have a new haircut, Aiden?
No.
All
He
I'm
walks
saying
away.
is, maybe we should. Maybe we should
And you see the cat wink towards Alexander.
Yeah. If a cat could wink.
Oh wait, this cat can wink. Come on.
I say, maybe we could take a detour, go over there.
I
I
mean,
don't.
I see no harm in it. I mean, our souls might be sucked from our bodies, but besides that, I see no downside.
We can get a closer look at the very least.
Yeah.
I ask the captain to bring it in a little bit closer.
He's like getting different directions, like zigzagging.
He kind of looks at you and he says, "You want us to hug the eastern coast?"
Yes, that's right.
The-
Until you get near
The
Copper, and then and then go to Pallet.
Yeah,
Straight
yeah.
up.
I see the. I apologize, sir. The wizards. Is the term familiar?
Yes,
Is
it's
that the term?
familiar, but he's not actually familiar. But it doesn't matter what he said. It doesn't matter. I'm the commanding officer here.
Of course, sir. Many apologies. Yes. And he immediately starts issuing orders to hug the eastern coast. And as Alexander is turning to leave, you hear the captain saying to the bridge crew, "And next time we don't listen to the cat." God, I can't believe I just said that.
Exactly.
They're going mad after a week
yeah.
of traveling with us.
Oh yeah. Savlas is there and like meow, like a missed cat. Was walking.
The crew members
walking
start
past.
to question the sanity of the captain.
Yeah.
Listen
Oh
to
no,
a
because
cat.
they heard it as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
but only two of them though, right?
Yeah, only two of them. Yeah.
Yeah, and any other one there has just been meow. So the two of them, okay, crazy people.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, you continue and you head more towards the eastern coast. Another day passes. You don't see any more lights after about 10 minutes past dawn. Is anyone up the next day looking again?
I think all of us are this time, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Oh,
I would assume so. I know.
Stefan, could you film it this time? Is
Could
that
what?
is videotaping it the right term?
I've got it. I hold up my helicam.
I look at him like, really?
18.
Okay. Alexander, give me a perception with advantage.
22 both times.
Okay.
Oh, I'm too fascinated with these things that they are apparently recording this with. Like, does it capture memories?
Things.
I don't understand.
And then Alexander, Give me an intelligence save. Just for the purposes.
Well, I do get advantage on certain things, depending on what it is. If it's magic, I get advantage.
No, it's just to see if you have an epiphany or not.
Oh.
I was just giving you the benefit of the save rather than the check, just because I thought it might give you a few extra bonuses. But
It does actually. Yeah. It gives me +7. but yeah, no.
When you roll a 1, yeah, you managed to record it. There are flashing lights for a few minutes around dawn. There is still the golden glow. It's actually a lot brighter now, and it is clearly coming from the southwest from your current position, not strictly due south. And there are, from the ruins, which you actually, now you are close enough you can actually see the ruins. Before, you could see the lights, but you actually could not make out where they were coming from. Now you can actually see that they are coming from within the ruins.
Damn it, I don't have the epiphany. I take out my enhanced electronic map box. This is... Oh no, it's only within a 1 mile radius though. That's not far. Yeah, no, never mind. No, that's it. That's all I've got.
Okay. Yeah, you're not able to. I mean, you record it, you get the images, but you just aren't able to make out anything more as far as any meaning behind them. It seems random.
Here's what I do in that case. I will upload them and ask, does anyone know what language this is?
Okay, so comprehend languages. Do I know it?
It doesn't. If it's a cipher, it won't tell you.
Yeah, it's still a cipher. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I? Is there any? I mean, like with everything else throughout our history, you always can find online some like code breakers and these kind of things.
That's basically what Doc's doing, is he's posting it to try to see if anyone on any of these kind of ghost conspiracy sites can figure out the code.
But I'm not researched this at all because I haven't looked at it. So I want to see if I can crack it.
Okay. Roll me an intelligence save, as you're kind of looking at it as he's posting it.
I have no idea.
No. It's a bunch of random lights.
Was worth a try.
Doc, this is going to be a little bit of a backwards one, but roll me investigation. Although this is not actually for you finding something. This is to see how easily found what you post is by the people who might have the answer.
Okay, 19.
Okay.
I make sure I post it on the first website I find on Google. So it's the first thing.
Oh my god, you idiot.
Why?
No, suppose to post it on the first one.
Why not the second?
You need to post it on the right one, not on any one.
I do it on all of them. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're dead people.
Why are you dead?
Nah.
You really don't think like this, do you?
It takes nearly 6 hours before you get a reply that makes any sense whatsoever. And on the second site that you posted to, someone is posting and ranting and raving that they've cracked the code. And they start launching into this convoluted, each color is a different offset, but they all make one message together. So you can't look at each color as a message, but each color is a part of the pattern for a comprehensive message between them, which is why that no one's been able to work it out yet, because everyone's been focusing on a single color. When you can't focus on a color, you have to focus on the entire message at once. And he goes into this whole convoluted technical mapping this and that to hex keys and 6 layer binaries, and it makes no sense whatsoever to Alexander. It sounds really smart, though.
I show it to Zephyr, though. I go, someone seems to know what he's talking about.
Yeah, no, Savlas agrees. Yes, I see arrows. Arrows is good. Are good. Arrows are good.
I'm gonna look at it. So, Casey, so do I? I mean, I'm equally mad to whoever he's talking to or looking at. I assume.
Can you decipher the madness?
Because I'm highly technical, like ridiculously highly technical. So could I follow him throughout what he's trying to grasp at?
Yeah, roll me intelligence. And actually, Alexander, with that, it actually does make quite a bit of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Zephyr, it makes no sense whatsoever to you.
No sense whatsoever.
Alexander, you're able to follow it, maybe not to actually do the math that he's done,
right?
But at least enough to say that his math sounds like it makes sense.
Okay, I start taking out calculators and writing things down on pages. Yeah.
And he does actually provide a final translation.
Aiden does. Oh,
come to us, join us. We are lonely. We are hungry. We are in need.
Aiden, does this make sense to you?
If they're lonely, hungry, and in need, yet they're able to cast such powerful magics to explain this, it's likely potentially a trap. Or some other... maybe the will-o-wisps that he mentioned. I haven't interacted with them before.
Well, in that case, we're prepared at least.
I will then broadcast basically as the submitter in that case. Tell them that this guy's correct. Everybody should steer clear from it. Bad juju.
Bad juju.
Unless you are seriously ready and decked out in anti-magic stuff, don't go near. Bad stuff ahead. You know.
And by the time you have posted this, you refresh the screen, and there are already 9 different groups that seem to be planning either ghost hunting expeditions to the place, or in one case what they referred to as a ghost relief effort to go to the place and try to help them.
Is it possible to take it down? Because I'm the submitter.
Oh, it's up for it. You know.
You could delete your post, but all of the people that have already quoted it or screenshotted it or everything else, it's out there. Yeah, it's.
But I'm like,
there's already 5. There's already 5 different sites that are mirroring the image that you uploaded.
Maybe some news sites picking it up.
Yeah, mostly the tabloid news, not the serious stuff. But yeah,
I'm like, well, at least I got some sweet karma out of it.
I guess I get good deeds gives you good karma.
No, that's the website. Never mind.
It can give you karma.
It's like internet points. They don't really matter, but it's like, you know.
Karma is very good, especially if you are to reincarnated.
Are we reincarnated?
I am.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Except you kind of are.
Yeah, that's true. Where am I? kind of looks at the captain again. Just
Yeah,
from the distance.
I will tell the captain that we will begin to steer clear now. We've gotten all that we need, and let's go to Pallet.
Okay. You start making your way back down there. Ba, 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 ba.
And now Alexander has sent 10 groups of people to their deaths.
Huh? Oh.
No, I'm gonna roll those next. That was
One of them gets a natural 20, gets like an artifact. Oh god, the ones!
Oh no. Oh no. Poor guys. Oh, those poor souls.
I did my duty by saying, don't do it, you dumbasses.
Here are instructions.
10 rolls. 10 rolls, and only 3 of them were above 10.
Wow.
And
These
3 of them were ones.
People are dead.
Jesus.
People are dead.
A pair of 3s and a 4.
It's like the Tide Pod challenge, man. You introduced it. You kinda, even if you technically said later, "Hey, don't do it," you kinda made the ball roll, start rolling.
It's like Scientology.
Yeah.
You can try to backtrack and say it's stupid later, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's on you.
You need to set up a fund for Lost Souls Foundation to reimburse the loved ones who got lost in the city of stealers.
We're making an expedition to save them.
Yes. I'm sorry.
That's
All right.
Alexander literally just posts on the thing like the next few days like I'm sorry. That's just that in
That's the
comment
whole
thread.
post. I'm sorry.
Just I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
All right. So, a couple more days pass. And then everyone give me one more perception.
Yep. Having an extra eye out. I mean, two eyes out towards the soul thing and towards the. I mean,
Eye that way, eye that way, eye that way, eye that way, eye that way.
Okay, I guess.
This is when you need a beholder.
Yeah, that's true. I'm gonna focus towards this part because we're getting close to it. And kind of past the soul stealers.
See, people always mock the beholders, but you'll never find a better watcher than a beholder.
That's very true. Very true.
Doc's not responding.
What are you saying? I'm not responding.
I was espousing the benefits of having a beholder as a in your crow's nest on the ship.
Oh yeah, no thanks.
They're really observant.
Nah.
Okay, so a couple more days pass, and you are now getting to the point where at dawn each day for about a minute, you cannot look to the west without being blinded. It's there's just
towards the island.
Yep.
Got it.
Around
gold light.
Yeah, around 30 seconds before dawn to 30 seconds after dawn, this is just a golden blinding glow. And as a few of you are on deck, kind of having a watch at what's going on. Some of you are still looking at the lights, which are getting further away now. But as the golden glow fades, Zephyr, Savalos, and Alexander, you all spot it. Eodin, you do not. On the horizon, coming from this way, coming out of the golden glow, you see 4 winged horses.
Well, to arm that cannon.
No need
We have.
to.
You mean the ballista?
No, you have a giant cannon up
Oh,
there, right?
you mean the yeah, the railgun. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, the cannon.
hmm Yeah, the railgun. I arm the railgun and it can go towards them, right? Like I can aim at them.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, just in case. If they look like they're going to attack us, then I'm obviously going to shoot them out of the sky. But I don't know. I don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, they do look like they are flying towards you.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's hard to tell if they're going to attack you. All you know at the moment is they are flying basically towards you.
That's
Flying
fine.
towards us. That's hostile intent. Shoot them down.
No.
That's why I shoot people down in the street too.
We just
if they
keep
walk
going.
towards me.
I tell them we keep going, but I ask them to hoist the flags of is everything okay? That kind of thing. And also the flag of non-hostile intent. Not like we surrender, but like we're just traveling through. That's all.
Okay. You watch as they approach, and as 3 of them begin to circle, and the 4th flies straight towards you until you watch it land on your deck. Unless you're saying that you're stopping it beforehand,
Yeah.
it literally is flying up and landing on the deck.
hmm
So, who's there then? Are we all there?
All of you have noticed this except for Eodin.
I mean, I would let Aiden know, so he knows about this. It will take some time for them to arrive here. It says, "Oh, we have company, flying horses, very exciting."
I make my way down and say, "Hell, good night."
And that's basically what you are looking at.
Mhm. What is the reason for your coming here?
And he speaks in a very I would say a very formal, kind of proper, what you would kind of think of would be like medieval English.
Mm-hmm.
The kind of old, archaic English.
Hail, forsooth!
Yeah.
Thy order of the
and-
king.
And he basically states to you, traveling ship of dragons, you are nigh unto trespass in the lands of Avalon. You are not welcome here, and you must turn back.
We're not going to here. That isn't our. I tell them we're going to Pallid. We're not going to you. Don't worry. We're just passing by. Just let us go. It's all good.
Can we make
Your passage draws you very near to a place where none from the outside are welcome. If you do intend, in fact, to steer away, then by all means steer away from this place.
while sitting behind someone else, Savelis would just pipe up and say, "Why does your country glow?"
He kind of looks around, and you can't really get a read on his face because he's wearing the full face mask helmet.
Yeah.
He's probably just like, what the fuck? What's that? Who the fuck said that?
He says, the affairs of Avalon and the Lord Camlon are not for outsiders. If you are departing, we shall depart. But know, you will be watched.
Okay.
And he turns to get back onto the horse.
Like, get in line. Everyone's watching us.
Yeah, buddy. Sure thing.
And he gets back on the Pegasus and lifts off, and away he goes. Yeah. Do you guys do anything more from there?
No, we just continue our course towards Palin.
Okay. You continue on course. And I believe, actually, we are a little bit early, but I believe we're actually going to go ahead and call it there tonight.
Yeah.
Because you're moving into a spot where some things might start to happen.
Okay.
But if we get tied up with them, I don't think we'll finish where we should.
Well, I will say, just to make sure everybody knows, I think I've said this.
You're abandoning us after next week.
The 25th and the 4th, I will be here.
Okay, so you've got 2 more weeks.
The 4th is my last day, which most likely means that we will not be going to space, basically.
Well, unless the group decides that they still want to do it after you leave.
But without me, would they have access to that?
I mean, I
Depends
think
on
we
how
can
things
figure
go.
shit out. Yeah, last time we just made deals with the fucking tentacle face, and no, that's not how we got. Never mind. We can figure shit out. I mean, plenty of shit can happen.
I will say that if the group is still interested in following up that mission, I do still have an option in mind for it to occur.
I mean, I think we kind of steered clear of that, and I think we'll continue to follow on this path. If anything, I wanna follow through all our open quest lines in Titan, but that's on the to-do list. We have a long to-do list. I should make a to-do list.
All right. Well, but I do have 2 more games, so
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
And I mean, with any luck, you might get fired before then, and then you can keep playing.
Well, we'll see. Tomorrow, if they say no, you have to stay throughout that week that Sophie's here, then I'm gonna be like, okay, bye. So we'll see.
Oh, are
I've
you
already
trying to get
told
time
them.
off? Or
No. I already told. I specifically told them I have to do this. So if you're hiring me now, then blah. But they might change their mind. That's all. You know, you never know. People are like that.
Yeah, most employers are pretty good if it's a pre-booked holiday. Whereas if you announce that you have a holiday right after you get the job, then they're not always good about that.
Yeah.
During the interview, after he said, I want to give you the job. Do you accept? I said yes, but I have this.
Yeah, they should be okay with that then, but fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
Fingers crossed they're not, and then you get fired, then you have more time to game.
Don't say that.
I mean, hey, it gives you more time with Sophie. It gives you more time to game. What's not to lose, or what is to lose?
If that legitimately happens, I might just go to bite the bullet and move to Sweden. Honestly.
Why Sweden? That's not even where Sophie is.
I'm not gonna move to Germany. Why would I move to Germany?
Why not?
Germany sucks.
I am Doc's true love.
Yes. I want to be with Madman. No, but I do want to move to Sweden soon. I just want to get money and get myself, ready to move there.
You'll
I
find
will,
that it's
no matter what.
life.
In Sweden?
Yeah, you'll find that one of the things that I have noticed the most is that most people in America and England are constantly afraid, like to get their shit stolen, to have no security in things, no guarantees, and I get it. There's all the insurance crap and everything going on. Not the case in Sweden or in anywhere in Scandinavia in general. People are fairly confident and relaxed in comparison.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, I like that.
Not having lived there, Doc, but having visited just a couple occasions.
Hmm.
One thing I will say to you is if you're planning to go to Sweden, the odds are that you're better trying to find somewhere in Sweden where you can stay while you make some money in Sweden, because you will make a lot more money once you're in Sweden than you would trying to save up to get to Sweden.
Yeah, way more.
All right. Well,
The
Oh,
good session,
I'm
guys.
sure.
Have a good one.
It's just the matter of
See you, Sigurd.
See you, Sigurd.
Yeah, see you. I'm trying to get to the point where I am on my own enough that I'm used to it, and then I can immigrate to Sweden. I don't know.
Have you
What is
have
the
you
cost
looked
of
into
living?
high?
Yeah, it depends on where you are in the country, I would say as
Yeah.
well. But I mean,
Stockholm is super expensive when it
yeah,
comes to housing.
when I was living in Stockholm, I paid about 1,700 to 2,000 pounds a month, I guess.
I mean, pounds, that doesn't help me to confirm or agree
No,
with you, and it doesn't help Doc to.
no. In Swedish crowns, I paid about 18,000 to about 21,000, I guess.
Yeah, but
Wait,
I mean, for a first housing, if you were talking renting, you can get away with
you
like
can get
10,
yeah,
11.
you
Yeah,
can get away with a room as well if you want to get like immediately
sure.
cheap for like 2,500 crowns,
Yeah,
I
but even
guess.
that is like far off. Like, and then you live like in someone else's house or something
Yeah.
in a room, and that sucks. If you want your own apartment, but like a one bedroom apartment,
Like
and
a bachelor
10,000.
pad type.
exactly,
Yeah, that's
and
like
it's
10,000
somewhat
crowns.
off. Yeah, but you still that's like a first. What's it called? Förstahandskontrakt in English. What's that?
First
Yeah,
hand
but
contract?
yeah,
First time buyer type thing.
but
Yeah, exactly. That's difficult to get.
yeah, it's really hard to get a first hand
Yeah.
contract.
Yeah.
I was on a wait list for
Especially if
2.5
you've
years.
just arrived in the country.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. I mean, I've lived here all my life, almost all my life, and I mean, I couldn't find any firsthand, so I just bought a place instead.
yeah. But you did you get registered? Are you still registered on that?
Oh yeah.
Bullet?
I have like 4,000 queuing points, and
Yeah.
when on apartments that I would theoretically want to live in, they have like 40,000 queue
Yeah.
points, something like that.
Pretty
You
much.
have to queue for a long fucking time.
Yeah, because a friend of mine just got her first one, and she had 72,000 points.
Mm.
And she did everything.
Yeah.
And she waited, I think, about 12 and a half years and did literally every event and everything they put up to
Yeah.
give you bonus points. And it took her about 12 years to get to that level
Yeah.
of points.
So secondhand renting would be the go-to, because especially in the Stockholm area, there you basically inherit like the renting contracts from like in generations. So even if
Right.
you don't own the apartment, like, oh, my family has lived here since like the 1900s, like, okay, cool, I guess you guys are not gonna stop using that now. No, because we still have pay the rent like it was in the beginning of 1900. We're paying like 3 apples and a fish, and that's our rent. There you go.
Oh, it's set rent patterns, yeah.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
there
set
is.
rent
But-
contracts. Yeah.
So basically, what we're trying, all of this, what we're trying to say, Doc, it's a
Yeah.
really good. Sweden, Norway, Denmark. I can say that it's a better way of living, no
Yes.
matter what, compared to the United States, compared to the UK too. And I live in the UK, but
Mhm.
there are there are a couple of things you need to be aware of. Is that if you're not in any of the big cities like Stockholm, Oslo, anything like that, there will be a lot of like discrimination for language quite easily, because you will find that a lot of people
Oh.
will. There is, trust me, there is a lot of discrimination on language if you're not a Scandinavian when you're in Scandinavia.
Really?
Yeah. My missus was constantly. She in the whenever we went to the gas station, they wouldn't talk to her. They would talk. They turned and talked to me instead, because she spoke English.
I mean,
I will say, as a visitor, I got a little bit of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry to hear that. I have heard a lot with exchange students that they're having trouble with, like, oh shit, I want to learn the language but you guys switch to English right off the bat. You hear accent, so I can't learn because no one speaks
Exactly.
Swedish
Yeah,
to me.
Yeah. So you just have to get over that barrier. You just have to
Right.
accept that people are assholes, if you want to call it that, for a little time until you get settled and learn the language.
Totally okay with that.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I would like.
He's from New York. Everyone's just assholes.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
Get
I'm
out of
Fair
here!
enough.
here.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
No, but I just basically wanted to know. I mean, how hard is it to emigrate and then basically have a job there? I mean, like, let's say.
How
'cause
hard
I'm
is it to
gonna
find
move-
work?
Yeah, how hard is it to find work, and then how hard is it to find a place to stay while beginning to work? Basically, is what I'm-
Tip
There.
is to go through Stockholm's university and try to join in either Facebook or something else. They're like student groups where where it's specifically about housing and work, because that often overlaps with, like, it's not necessarily a part-time job but a full-time job, or it's not necessarily a student housing but housing that students would live in,
right.
and stuff like that. Yeah, because a lot of, like, we don't have enough student housing, so a lot of exchange students need to figure out their housing in other ways. And my girlfriend is an exchange student, so I can ask her if she knows any good sites where you can well, basically look up, because again, fallback for exchange students is to go through other means to find housing.
Right. Okay. Because what I was planning on basically doing was waiting about 6 months, maybe trying to learn the language, getting things settled here, because my parents are going to be moving to South Carolina soon.
Oh,
And well, they said that I'm okay. I can join them, but I don't want to. I don't want to leave with them, because then it'll be the same thing in Sweden or in there. I'm still looking for a job. I'm still looking for, something.
mhm.
So, and I just kind of want to get out of the U.S. honestly.
Yeah, I get
Travel
that.
a bit.
I
Stretch your
will
legs.
say one thing to be prepared for, Doc, is that especially with things as they are currently, there is a subset of people in the UK, in Europe, in Scandinavia, that will hold a very strong preconceived notion of Americans.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're basically
You are
an idiot.
Canadian. You're Canadian.
Yeah,
Let's go
yeah,
with
yeah.
that.
I'm Canadian.
Yeah. I'm seriously. The preconception is fairly simple. You're idiots. You have
Yeah.
zero clue of what's outside your own country.
That
And
is the preconceived idea for a lot of people. Yeah.
yeah, and
Or you're gun wielding maniacs that just want to kill everyone.
pretty much, because all we hear in the Europe, and I'll be perfectly honest, is that we hear only the bad sides. We see
Mhm.
these kind of blogs or results and fake news outlets talking about, oh, they don't even know what's outside their own country, kind of thing. Where it's like, oh,
Which
where is this?
in a lot of cases is kind of true for a lot of Americans.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Yeah,
could go the same thing in Stockholm and go, well, tell me about all the provinces in Sweden, and most people go, I know Stockholm.
Exactly. It's
Yeah,
no better.
exactly.
It's no better any other place. It's just that
Yeah.
it's being bullied.
Right,
But it's
It's
used
just
against
bigotry.
Americans. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
just
bigotry.
bigotry.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Uh,
It's a lot of it.
I
And
understand.
This
it
is
does
not to scare you off. It's,
No,
it's
yeah.
more just to.
No, it's to prepare you. I mean, I
Yeah,
still
exactly.
deal with it quite a bit here, and I've been here for over a decade.
Yeah. I mean, you
So
hear it everywhere.
I have a boss right now that still seems convinced that that school children in America all have like gun drills
Controls, yeah,
daily because
firearms will be a
they're
situation.
afraid every day that someone's going to walk into the school and kill them all.
Yeah.
That
But
is a preconceived idea that people have that that kids in America don't go to school without, every day being prepared to be shot at.
yeah, and then
And it's
all of
like you have
these.
no idea that these school shootings that you hear about are a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a percent of
Yeah.
the schools in America.
Mhm.
But again, we only hear the bad stuff because hearing a news
Exactly.
story about everything is going fine is fucking boring.
Yeah,
Pretty
exactly.
much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
So
the
it's
bad
just-
stuff that's interesting. So
Yeah.
that's
It's
why.
things to be aware of,
That's,
and by all means, if you get the chance, it might be worth just visiting a few places before your actual move.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
no.
I came over here 5 times before me and Joanne finally made the decision to have a go at it. So
I was
Um,
at 3 before I moved on.
I already planned on visiting before I immigrated.
Well, what's the what? So, do you have friends over there, Doc, or how's that?
I
Fuck
only
you.
have Madman.
So, I'm
And my only friend from Sweden.
yeah, no, I'm just wondering if they're your family, friends, or anything like that, because
No.
one of the things that I know for a fact in Stockholm and other those big areas is that finding works as a foreign person is easier in the bigger cities, but harder outside of the bigger cities
Right.
because of the language barrier.
oh
So
yeah,
if
yeah.
you so
If you go a little bit outside of like the Stockholm land, then the English language skill just plummets.